Hello and welcome. I am one of your co-hosts, Siri.
And I'm Alex.
And this is MSU Inside Out. We have a lot in store for you today. We're going to have some great interviews and another movie review from our TD over there, Grant. And right now we're going to kick it to our news guy, Ramon Duran. Hello, Ramon.
Hi, Siri. Thank you. We have quite a few news stories today. The 34th Annual Minot State University Spring Honor Dance Powwow celebration is scheduled for April 26th and 27th in the Minot State Dome, which will be hosted by the MSU Native American Center and Native American Cultural Awareness Club. The event is free and open to the public. More information can be found on the Minot State website. The Minot State Future Business Leaders of America received the Dorothy L. Travis Outstanding Chapter Sweepstakes Award for the third consecutive year at the State Leadership Conference on April 7th and 8th. This award is given to the chapter with the largest total points for competitive events, state officers, and team and individual participation points. 8 of the 11 Minot State members attended the conference. Over the 2 days, Minot State students competed in objective testing, presentation events, networked with business leaders, attended workshops, and completed their community service project at the Bismarck Ronald McDonald House. The Minot State chapter was recognized for having the largest chapter in North Dakota and was also recognized for the largest percentage of retention in chapter membership from last year. Congratulations to those students. The MSU robotics teams finished first and third at the MICS conference, including the overall champion at the robotics competition held at Augsburg University on April 5th and 6th. MICS is a regional conference dedicated to providing an educational experience to students and instructors at higher education institutions. Participants come from Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. Students also presented research and participated in a programming competition. Congrats to those students. Minot State University's Gordon B. Olson Library, the MSU English Department, the Native American Cultural Center, the MSU Diversity Council, and the Power Center have collaborated to bring Minnesota author Diane Wilson to the university for a book discussion and reading on April 24th. The discussion and reading are part of Minot State's 34th Annual Spring Honor Dance and Powwow Celebration Week. Wilson is the author of Spirit Car, Journey to a North Dakota Pass, an award-winning book. Wilson will give a discussion of Spirit Car at 3 p.m. on the main floor of the Gordon B. Olson Library, and will follow that with a reading at 7 p.m. at the Northwest Arts Center. Among the diverse talents at Minot State University, 2 students stand out with their unique approach to drawing. Our reporter Manuela uncovers the stories and passion behind their artistry.
Minot State University has many talented students who stand out in the arts. Their creativity and their way of expressing themselves is through art in different ways. 2 students stand out for their creativity and artwork. Join me to discover the stories behind their passion and their experiences drawing.
Whenever I got to middle school, I took my first art class in the 6th grade, and I was enjoying it at first, and then I didn't know if I wanted to continue on with it, but I did this one half portrait of Katy Perry, and it ended up looking really nice, and I got lots of compliments on it, so I decided to keep doing it.
Drawing is seen as a way to clear the mind and relax when days are not easy.
Drawing serves as a creative outlet for me. When my days get long and stressful, it's nice to know that I can just sit down at the end of the day and use this to clear my mind and just get rid of all that stress as I draw.
Some of their art pieces have been published and very well received.
This year, I presented this piece at an ink art exhibit down in Bismarck, which I had created in one of my art classes from the fall semester.
In addition, these talented artists have a message for students interested in drawing.
Keep drawing, because the more classes you take and the more practice that you put into your art, the better you'll get. And that's the only way you can really get better, is just to keep on pushing yourself and trying new styles, and you will see progress as long as you keep up with your artwork.
Well, that was a very interesting art story, and Alex, as you can tell, I'm quite the Picasso myself with this self-portrait. That's all for news, though, today. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Ramon. And speaking of MSU students, Minot State is graduating quite a few pro-com students this May, and one of them is Ethan Wiley, who is with me here today. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So you are graduating with a pro-com degree. In what specifically, though?
So I have a option in production, so anything really involving camera work. I was a director on the show for a while. I helped produce it. So really any of the technology side of communication is what I've primarily focused in.
Okay, and what got you into that side of communications?
Yeah, so I've always been kind of a gear nerd. I've always loved technology. I loved all the gadgets and the toys and whatnot. And so it was kind of an easy fit, you know, figuring out like, oh, like I can actually have a career out of this. Like I can have fun for a job and get to, you know, do all these cool creative things. And so it made it a really easy draw for me to be able to kind of step into that.
Yeah. So what brought you to Minot then? Was it the communications department, or what exactly brought you here for this degree?
Yeah, so partly. I went to high school here in Minot, so you know, there's obviously the proximity effect. But I did know a little bit about the communications department here in Minot, and I knew that was kind of the area I was looking to go into. So yeah, it was kind of a happy accident in a way.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So do you have any ideas about future job interests? Are you working currently with a job that you really like? Tell me about that.
So I'm currently working at Indac Media. It's a local marketing agency here in Minot. And I've kind of started to head up our production side of the team. So I'm the one going out taking all the photos, doing a lot of the videography, doing a bunch of the editing for stuff too. And it's been fantastic. I love it. It's exactly kind of what I was hoping to get out of what I'm doing with my degree. And it's been a fantastic experience.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you have a project that you've worked on that has been your favorite so far?
Oof, that's hard. I think one of the coolest ones I think I've done so far was for North Dakota Miss Amazing. We did a full-length video kind of capturing the scope of the whole event over the weekend.
Okay.
It was held here at Ann Nicole Nelson Hall. And so, yeah, it was super fun getting to just kind of capture all of that, you know, from the day before and then the day of. Got to do an interview with a mom and one of the contestants, an interview with one of the judges. And so that was a really fun project to kind of see through from beginning to end. So yeah, it was really, really fun.
Do you have any plans after graduation that may be a little different, or you think you're just gonna like go up with your current job?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty well set on staying with Indac. It's been a really good fit. I love, you know, like I said, I love what I do. The work environment's fantastic. Matt and Eric, the two guys that kind of started Indac and run it, are fantastic. I've known Matt for a long time now at this point too, so it was a really just kind of opportune opening. You know, it's kind of like a family, you know, and so it's an environment that I absolutely love being a part of, and so I could see myself being there for, I don't even know. It could be a full career at this point. I'm really happy and excited about it.
That's great. I'm very happy for you. One last question. What is one tip for incoming students or seniors?
Take every opportunity you can. And I'll keep it short, but you know, don't pass up any opportunity that comes your way if it's worth taking. Just get as much experience as you can, and try and make genuine connections with people. I think that's the biggest thing, is connections with people is everything.
That's great. Thank you so much, Ethan, for being here. Congratulations on your job. Congratulations on graduating.
Thank you.
That was Ethan Wiley, graduate student from the Procom department. We're going to take it to a quick break, but we'll be right back with a movie review from Grant.
Thank you to all of our underwriters. Trinity Health is a comprehensive healthcare system based in Minot, North Dakota.
Fiancé, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's music mix.
SRT, offering a number of services including phone, TV, internet, and security.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's rock station.
East End, where the poor is worth so much more, located in downtown Minot.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
Nice Impressions, no job is too big or too small, located in downtown Minot.
MSU Beavers Hockey, online info at msubeavers.com.
Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican food on North Broadway near the airport.
MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment.
Red and Green, MSU's student-run newspaper.
MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs.
Minot Nutrition Addiction, offering healthy smoothies and meal replacements on the go.
H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs.
Bear's Cat Donuts, located on Broadway across from Minot State campus.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out, and talking about a movie that's been still getting buzz 2 months after its release. We're going to show you a quick movie review from Grant on the movie Dune Part 2.
Hello everyone, this is my review of the new Denis Villeneuve film, Dune Part 2. Denis Villeneuve is easily one of my favorite modern filmmakers working right now. We got Blade Runner 2049, Arrival, Incendies, all sorts of great stuff coming out of this guy over the last 10 years. And you know, this film especially feels like a giant milestone for him, considering how popular and successful it's been. Now, admittedly, I really wasn't that big of a fan of the first Dune film that came out like 3 years ago. I appreciate it a lot for its scope and for what it was trying to accomplish, but I think realistically it just kind of felt like a giant prologue for a movie I hadn't seen yet. Some of the performances just really weren't doing it for me, and I really just wasn't all that connected to the world that the movie was creating. I was really hoping with this new Dune film that a lot of my problems with the first one would sort of be taken care of. And while I'm not totally in love with it the way some people are, I do have to admit that this is like easily the superior film of the two. In fact, I can say with like 100% certainty that if you loved the first Dune movie, you're gonna absolutely love this. To get it right off the bat, I think this is like one of the most beautiful movies we're probably gonna see this year. I think Villeneuve's knack for just like creating a sci-fi world that feels super lived in, and like all the colors look super pretty, and you know, the use of IMAX cameras and all sorts of Lawrence of Arabia-esque landscapes. It's really something to see. It's a fantastic theater experience, this visually. The score, especially in the use of like sound. I mean, like I'm thinking of stuff like the Water of Life sequences and, you know, riding around on the sand and stuff like that. I mean, it all sticks in my head. I thought the score and the sound were all fantastically used in the movie. I thought the acting overall was like super well improved. Timothée Chalamet really does a better job than I think he did in the first movie. Javier Bardem, for me, he sort of steals the show. I'm really, really happy that this is one of the biggest movies right now, a giant blockbuster that's super well written, looks beautiful, has a great score, great acting, just like generally good across the board. I think this just sets a great example for what we need to be seeing in Hollywood, even though, once again, I'm not totally in love with it. I think that the source material just really doesn't connect with me. I'm more of a Blade Runner type person. But I mean, even with that, I still just can't deny how well made this film is, and it's absolutely worth your time. If you want to see something in the theater, I can totally recommend this. Check it out before it leaves theaters. I'm going to be giving Dune Part 2 a solid 7 out of 10. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. So we're in the new Hartnett Hall building, and there's a lot of cool buildings just like the studio we're in. But just on the other side of this building, there is an amazing esports room for the esports club here. And here I have the advisor of the club, Dr. Ethan Valentine. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're actually very lucky to have him here today just because there's a high school tournament going on, and just how's that tournament been going so far? We were talking about it a little before, but
yeah, we're really happy about it. We've got over 100 high schoolers from across the state. We've got folks from Fargo, from Grand Forks, Dunseith, Harvey, all over the place who have come to Minot to compete in titles like Rocket League, Valorant, League of Legends, Super Smash Brothers, and chess. So we're really happy to have them here. We're really happy to have this starting out. It's the first time we've done this on our campus, so we're really excited.
yeah, and just what's the rest of this weekend going to look like? Because this is only day one, so.
Yeah, this is day 1 of 4. So tomorrow, today we had Rocket League and Valorant for our high school competitors. Tomorrow we have League of Legends, Super Smash, and chess. And then Saturday and Sunday we kind of flip the script, and we'll actually have collegiate competitors on our campus. So we'll have 7 different institutions from across the state competing in basically everything except chess from that list. So Rocket League and Valorant on Saturday, and then Sunday Super Smash and League of Legends too.
Yeah, and do you do any of the, have you ever participated in any esports yourself?
No, esports wasn't really a thing when I was a student. And what I always tell our students is I'm not very good at the game. So if I compete, I'll just get upset. And so no, I leave that to them. I leave that to them.
So what brought you to become an advisor for because you also teach at Minot State?
I do. So yeah, I'm psychology faculty, and my background is in educational psychology, and specifically game design and simulation design for learning. And so at my previous institution, I had been asked, because I was kind of the games person on campus, to lead a club there. When I came to Minot State, there was student interest in building something here, and so we got that started in spring of 22. And so it's kind of a happy coincidence in that way that is not something that I ever planned, not something that I ever plotted my career around esports, but I've become really passionate about it, and I care about creating those opportunities a lot.
Yeah, and what do you think of just the new room you got here in Hartnett Hall? I saw it myself.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We've got a 16 PC setup, a whole wall of 8 flat screen TVs for console gaming. We've got a shoutcasting, sort of a broadcast booth, not nearly as large as the one you've got over here, but a nice small broadcasting booth over there, coaches' offices. We're really excited to be able to use that space. Our competitive season for spring ended before we could open it up, but come fall, we'll have all of our teams competing in there, and we're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Thank you so much for joining me. He's got to get back to the tournament soon right now, but check out the Minot State Beavers. Esports going to be here this weekend. You can also buy some merch they have in the front of the dome, $15 for a t-shirt. We're going to kick it to Sav right now for some Beaver sports news.
Thank you, Siri. On the topic of sports, the Beaver baseball team was back at home in Corbett Field yesterday, facing in-state rivals University of Mary in a doubleheader. In the first game, the Beavers would start hot with 7 runs in the first inning alone. The Beavers would have a fantastic game at the plate, scoring 18 runs total, 4 of them being to Soonjun Song, who hit his first home run in a Minot State jersey with bases loaded, as well as a 2-run home run from freshman Kyoka Munoz, earning his first collegiate home run. The Beavers would win Game 1 18-4. While Game 1 was dominant, they would ultimately drop Game 2 to University of Mary with a score of 8-6. The baseball team is back at home this weekend with a doubleheader on Saturday and a single game on Sunday against Minnesota State Duluth. Staying on the plate, the Beaver softball team also played yesterday against Division I team University of North Dakota. While senior Lauren de Guzman would earn a double on the day, the team would drop the game to North Dakota with a score of 8-0. Finally, the Minot State women's basketball team has recently appointed a new leader to the program, that person being Ryan Clark. For those who have been following the women's basketball team for several years now, that name rings a bell, because Ryan Clark, 3 years ago, spent 2 seasons as the assistant coach for the Minot State women's basketball team before becoming the head coach of the Lake Region College State basketball team in Devil's Lake, where he was spent the past 2 seasons. Clark says he is excited for the opportunity, and he is a firm believer in what they can achieve within the women's program here at Minot State. So there are a lot of changes going on within the athletics. I feel like it's going to be pretty good. I feel like we're working on some good stuff here.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for the best athletics. Go women's soccer always. I'm no bias here. But thank you so much, Sav, for those sports news on our Beavers. And we're going to kick it to a quick break right now, guys. But don't leave just yet. When we get back, Maddie's going to update us on some weather news on this indecisive Minot weather.
Hello and welcome back to MSU Inside Out. We are now going to kick it to weather with Maddie.
Thanks, Alex. Hope everybody's had a good evening so far. It's been a pretty chilly and windy day in the Magic City with the current temperature at 33 degrees. Now, it won't get too much cooler tonight with the low being 23. We are looking forward to some warmer temperatures coming up, and we'll talk about that later in the 7-day forecast. But first, there is a storm that has been moving across the U.S. It's moved about 1,000 miles so far from the Midwest out east here. We will see the most rain in the southern parts of this storm, and it could cause some flooding, but the northern region will get some rain too. Not quite as much, but they've already had so much rain over the past few weeks that the riverbanks are full, especially in the Ohio area. And this storm might be what pushes the water levels over and causes a lot of flooding in this northern region. Now, the main source of damage in this storm for people has been hail, wind, and of course the flooding, but there is a chance for tornadoes in this level 3 risk area here. And an interesting thing about tornadoes in this area of the United States is that we are seeing them move out east a lot more than we've seen in the last 20-30 years. In Tornado Alley here, we've had a downward turn of tornado sightings, and in the east we're looking at a more upward trend. So that's something to look out for if you live out east or if you have any family or friends out there. Now, looking at the Papa John's 7-day forecast, it has been chilly today, but this weekend we're hoping to get a lot more sun and higher temperatures in the 50s and 60s later in the week. Now, to start the week on Monday, we are going to get some rain, but it should clear up, and we're looking at mainly partly cloudy weather and sunny weather for the coming week. Now, Alex, I know you used to live out in the Chicago area. Have you ever had an experience with a tornado out there?
Yes, I have. Quite a few, actually. So living in the Chicago area definitely prepared me for the North Dakota winds, that's for sure. Thank you so much for that weather update, Maddie. We are now going to kick it to Tayton with some more sports news.
Thank you, Alex. The Minot Minotaurs begin their playoff run tomorrow night as they'll face the Austin Bruins in games 1 and 2 of the North American Hockey League Central Division semifinals. The best of 5 series will then shift to Austin next weekend for Game 3 and Game 4 if needed. Should a decisive Game 5 be needed, That'll take place at the Pepsi Rink at the Mesa Arena on April 29th. The Toros lead the season series overall against Austin 9-3, and Austin has not been able to sweep the Toros over a weekend series this season. Games 1 and 2, puck drops are set for 7:35, and number 2 seed Bismarck will also face number 3 seed Aberdeen as well in their first 2 games of the series in Bismarck before shifting to Aberdeen next weekend for games 3 and 4. Puck drops for all games in that series are set for 7:15. The Minot High baseball team is gearing up for a Saturday trip to Grand Forks as they will take on Red River at 1 p.m. and Grand Forks Central at 3 p.m. The Magi are coming off a doubleheader sweep over Jamestown last Friday as Minot looks to keep its perfect 8-0 record intact before gearing up their West Region schedule into high gear, facing Bismarck and Bismarck Legacy on the road and hosting Williston next week. The Minnesota Timberwolves are also set to begin their playoff run this weekend as they'll face the Phoenix Suns in the round 1. After dropping the final game of the regular season on Sunday to the Suns, the Wolves fell to the 3 seed in the Western Conference. Minnesota will host games 1 and 2 of the best of 7 series. Game 1 is set for 2:30 p.m. Saturday on ESPN, with Game 2 set for 6:30 on TNT. The series will shift to the desert for Games 3 and 4 before going back and forth between Games 5, 6, and 7 as well throughout the rest of the next couple of weeks. And Phoenix has swept the regular season series between the 2 squads. Siri, Alex, lots of fun activities going on around the Minot area, especially seeing the amount of success the Toros have had this season.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Toros, but I do want to speak about the NBA playoffs because I am a Warriors fan, and that's all that needs to be said right now. We still have a good legacy going on. Thank you so much, Tayden, for giving us those regional sports news. We're going to kick it to some promos right now, and when we come back, me and Alex will do a little quick wrap-up on today's show.
Public speaking is what I want to do with my life. I want to be able to influence others. Being in this class, I've made friends that I hang out with all the time and really good people. The professors are all so willing to help me with anything, and I'm really loving it. I have so many opportunities. I love being here, and I truthfully can't wait to see what this 4 years holds. If I could do anything to change a life, that would just be absolutely amazing.
What's great about my communications major is that it literally teaches you to communicate with people. I love the idea of event planning. I also like the idea of opening up my own business. The experience has been really good. Our department is really small, but you build connections with people. I thought that I was an introvert when I went into it. The farther it got along, I'm becoming more extroverted, so I forced myself to come out of my bubble, which has been good.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. Siri and I have a quick little show wrap-up for you all. We had a couple of interviews. We had weather, lots of sports news as usual. We had an movie review, thank you, from Grant. And tell me about your interview.
My interview was with Ethan. We both interviewed Ethan.
We did.
So mine was Dr. Ethan Valentine, the Esports Advisor. I just thought it was really cool to see, like, just the esports room. It really is really that cool, guys. I was so astonished. So it was just kind of fun to hear, like, that side of it, especially just new stuff coming into Minot. Yeah. How about your Ethan interview?
It was fun. Ethan and I came into the program at the same time, so it's really nice to see him have a job that he really loves, and congratulations to him on graduation.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.